Welcome to the channel. And now it's time for the Graybeard Insurance Guys. They are here to help with all your insurance questions. And without any more delay, here are those graybeards everybody knows and loves.
Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by today. Today we are breaking down something a lot of Medicare recipients don't really know exists. So the Disaster Special Enrollment Period, or Disaster SEP. If you have been affected by a declared emergency or a major disaster, this could open up a whole window to change your plan outside the normal enrollment period. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what a disaster SEP is, how it works, whether you or someone you love qualifies for one right now. And if you appreciate this type of content, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get the move on here. Let's get this going.
All right, so before we go further, we do want to say we're sorry for the weather-related damage and losses folks in both Missouri and Texas have gone through lately. But we're also glad to tell you Medicare has stepped up to help people get through it, and that's what today's video is about.
Joe, what actually triggers one of these special rules?
For Medicare Advantage and Part D prescription drug plans, these special disaster rules kick in the moment a formal declaration is made by an official governing body. That could be federal, state, or local. It's not about what kind of disaster it is, tornado, flood, hurricane, wildfire. It's about whether that declaration exists. And once it does, it puts requirements on health plans and providers to change how they operate automatically without you having to apply for anything or fill out extra paperwork, which is great.
Now, why is that going to matter to somebody that has a Medicare plan?
If you live in the county or service area that's been declared and you need to make a plan change mid-year, you get an automatic window to do it. You don't have to prove you were personally affected in some dramatic way, like your house flooded or your roof came off. Just living in that county or service area during the declaration is enough.
Let's talk about actually getting care, because this is where it gets real for a lot of people. What changes for someone on a Medicare Advantage plan?
A few big things. First, your normal doctor's office is closed, let's say. Damaged or you've been displaced to another town, you can go to any Medicare certified facility or provider outside your plan's network, which, as you probably know, you can't do normally. Even for non-emergency care. Say a tornado takes out your regular clinic and you need to see someone this week. You're not stuck waiting around for it to reopen.
That's good. Now, does that cost more out of pocket because of this?
It shouldn't. Plans are required to charge you the same copay or coinsurance you pay in network. If a provider mistakenly bills you for the higher out-of-network rate, you pay it, keep the receipt, and submit it to your plan for a refund. Keep every piece of paper during a time like this. It matters more than usual.
Not just a piece of paper. You can also use digital copies. What about referrals and the prior authorizations that happen with this? Normally, that kind of stuff can really hold things up for a long time, days, even weeks.
Those get suspended too. So normally you might need a referral from your primary physician or doctor or prior approval for certain services. During a declared disaster, plans are required to waive that red tape so your care isn't delayed while paperwork gets sorted out. Goal is simple: get you seen, not get you stuck in a queue.
That is really nice. Now, what about prescriptions? Everybody's got to be concerned about their drugs at this time, because that's when you're in a disaster, that's going to affect a lot of people really quickly.
Right. And if you had to evacuate and left your medication behind, or it was lost, damaged, or ruined in the disaster, plans are required to lift what's called a refill too soon edit. That's the rule that normally stops you from refilling before a certain date because you just filled it recently. During a declared disaster, that restriction gets lifted right at the pharmacy counter. So you can get back on your medication without a fight or a phone call to your doctor. Very nice and very important.
one thing we should clear up, everything we've covered up to this point so far is specific to a Medicare Advantage plan and your Part D drug plans. If you're on original Medicare, the rules work just a little different. So reach out to one of us about that if you have questions about it, because there are some related protections worth knowing about.
Good point, Corey. And a lot of people ask us, how do I even know if my county qualifies? Honestly, the fastest way is just to call it. We can look it up in about 30 seconds and tell you exactly where things stand in your area.
Real quick, before we get back to things here, if any of this applies to you, or you're not even really sure whether the county qualifies, just get in touch with us. We'll look it up or we'll walk you through it and help you figure out at no additional cost. No pressure on any of this. You can look up our website, graybeardinsurance.com. It's also in the description down below.
So try to sort this out on your own while you're already dealing with a disaster. That's what we're here for.
All right, let's get into the enrollment side of all of this, the actual series of events that can help you. What is the actual SEP itself?
Like I say, weather-related or major FEMA-declared disaster causes you to miss a standard enrollment window, like the annual enrollment period. That triggers a special enrollment period just for you.
How does somebody actually use that?
You or your authorized representative, that includes an agent like us, contacts 1-800-MEDICARE or the plan directly to enroll in, disenroll from, or switch to a different Medicare Advantage or Part D plan. That window typically runs for 4 full calendar months from the start of the incident period. That's a lot more time than most people expect, and a lot of folks don't realize they still qualify weeks or even months after the event actually happened.
And if you had to pay anything out of pocket, well, all of this is getting sorted out. What is the deal with that, Joe?
Save every receipt. If phone lines or systems are down in the middle of a disaster and you have to pay up front, you can submit the documentation later and get reimbursed actively. Don't throw anything away, please.
Very good point. So let's get kind of specific on this, because this is happening right now. This isn't just hypothetical. There have been some places where people have been affected by this, even in our own state. So how many counties are affected in Missouri as it's recording?
Thanks, Corey. Missouri currently has 2 active disaster declarations. One is statewide, meaning it covers the whole state, and that runs through September 30, 2026. The other is also statewide, and it runs through October 31, 2026.
I know we are also have a presence in Texas. What about Texas?
Texas is bigger. Over 100 counties have active disaster SCPs right now. Roughly half of those wrap up September 30, and the rest run through October 31.
That basically means if you're in either state, this is worth checking on soon, because these windows, they're not going to stay open forever. Once they close, you're back to waiting for the next standard enrollment period, or IEP or AEP, or another SEP from a disaster. And you could be stuck in that plan that isn't working for you until then.
Right. And to recap real quick, out-of-network access with no extra costs, no referrals or prior authorization holding you up, prescriptions refilled even if it's too soon, and a 4-month window to switch plans if the disaster caused you to miss your normal enrollment period. That's a lot of protection most people don't even know they have.
Yeah. If any of this applies to you and you're in an affected county, you've had a change of doctors, lost medication, or even missed your enrollment window, reach out to us. We'd be happy to walk you through these options and what's available to you and see what actually fits your situation. There's no pressure on this either way.
We genuinely rather you find out now from us than find out the hard way at the pharmacy counter or the doctor's office.
And if you want to go deeper into how Medicare plans actually work on a day-to-day basis, go ahead and check out this video. It's going to be linked up over here, and click on it here. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Take care.
We don't need to end the meeting.
That's all for the Graybeard guys for today. We'll bring 'em back next time for more great insurance insights later. Everybody have a great day, and remember, it's great being a graybeard.